think that's it. What's good, everybody? Berserker Bahamut here, and I am back again for this time. It's our secret project that I promised yesterday. Welcome to the show, Stellar Basilisk. Hope you enjoyed the secret project today. I hope you all enjoy it. Anyways, without further ado, I think it's time we unveil what the project is for this channel. As you can see on my PlayStation page, we have a multitude of projects. We have Final Fantasy XIV, Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, Sonic Forces, and Neo Remastered, among many others in, well, the entire library. yeah, hundreds of games right along, like all this, as you can see. Like, the list just goes on and on. And this is just my PlayStation collection, by the way. But among these four, one of these is our project. It's not Neo. Oh, considering the fact that I don't play Souls-likes without co-op, so it's down to these three: 14, Master Duel, or Sonic Forces. We're gonna give you about 30 seconds to guess which one of these it is before I unveil. Please, by all means, take a guess. Yes. I'll be setting a timer right now. For 30 seconds. There we go. Wait. There we go. Okay, you have 30 seconds to guess. Go. Oh, I'm on these four. Well, I'm on the three, anyway. I'll tell you that much. Okay. Yeah, that was the timer. And it's not Sonic. It would have been close if it was Sonic or Master Duel, but it's a huge project. Final Fantasy XIV. This is actually a bit of a first for the channel. Not only is it going to be our first ever, like, full dive into, well, a Final Fantasy game, but it's also going to be our first ever, like, full dive into an MMO. Oh, as big and as just amazing as Final Fantasy XIV. To be honest, though, like, it's been a while since I played this game, and like, it's been like a few days, so I kind of had to brush up a little bit. But without further ado, let's log in, play, and I have everything up to this point, like all of the content to it. I'll let you guys. I'm just let you guys watch the intro cinematic too. Hang on a moment. Start. We're going to be playing on the Crystal Brynhildr data center and server. Eventually, I'm also going to be playing on making a free company. So without further ado, let's get into character creation, create a new character. Here are our races that we have available to us. We have the Hyur, which are humans. Elezinj, which are basically elves. Lalafels, which, well, I call them munchkins, basically. Miqo'te are cat people. Rohingans, well, they're basically giants. The Aura, basically kind of dragon-like people. Hrothgar, beastmen. And finally, the Viera. Basically a rabbit people. So, to go into a little bit of a perspective on a theme for the channel and like fit it in. And oh right, I almost forgot to showcase our character models. Like we have, this is male, female. Like you saw all the male models for the race. Aces. Hrothgar is a male-only race for some reason. I don't know why. So here are the female base models to each race that has a female gender. Yeah, even Rohingans kind of look pretty cute too. And the Yaura as well somehow. And the Viera are actually a bit of an origin race. The Viera, they came from Final Fantasy XII. Thrawn was one of them, I believe. Yeah, Fran. She was a Viera, which they kind of reference, judging by the armor style of this one from in this game. References Final Fantasy XII. So, without further ado, our race that we are going to be picking is the Aura. Here we can choose a clan for our Aura, which will determine our base stats. Trust me, it's not going to really matter in the long run, but it's just for something nice. So we have the Reigns, and the Reign believe that their veins run thick with the blood of the former. Their brilliant white scales, claws, and iron wills will serve as proof of their divine heritage. Unlike their sister clan, the Zayla, who bloody the land with endless tribal conflict, the Reign have embraced a life of tranquility and solitude. While abandoning the nomadic lifestyle of their ancestors, settle the deep valleys of Othard's mountainous eastern reaches. Only on rare occasions will one emerge from the valley mist to seek adventure in realms afar. So judging by the stats, you would think that they'd be good more for dex-based classes or intellect and magic-based classes. The Zayla, however, they seem like they would be more for a warrior, physical melee-based class because of their high vitality and intelligence, dex, and their highest being in strength. So the Zayla believe their veins run thick with the Dusk Mother. Their lustrous black scales and fiery wills serving as proof. Unlike their sister clan, and the Zayla are free spirits who roam the western steppe in close-knit tribes, hunting, gathering, and warring, as their ancestors have for countless generations. So we are going to go with the Zayla Aura. He's going to be a tall boy. And here we have our tail shapes. The tails can look pretty nifty, actually. But I think we're going to be going with a dummy, thick little tail. About a big old one right here. As for our horns, let's go with this one right here. It looks pretty cool. we have hairstyles for the character. Hers as well. Some pretty good ones, might I add. Let's see here. I know. Spending a year, forever and a day, just focusing on character creation. What the hell? Let's see here. What can we do? Honestly, I'm kind of stumped on what I'm going to do for my character's hair. Like, can you blame me? They all look like pretty good options. Okay. Perfect. That one actually looks pretty nice. There we go, 12th sun of the second astral moon. Hello. Ah, here we are, Roger. Now, for our class, well, you can be any class in the game, really. But I think what we're gonna do is a little bit of a something that's pretty interesting, but also like ironic, sort of, in the future. I think we're gonna go... Oh, right. Well, damn. Okay, we have archers, lancers, marauders, pugilists, and gladiators. There's in terms of our disciples of war, which are basically like, I'm trying to think here. They're basically your melee characters. Magic users, well, it's kind of obvious what you can do with those. You got your conjurers, which eventually become like summer, which become like white mages, I believe. Maybe, I don't know. Thaumaturge becomes black mage. Arcanist, I'm trying to think here. They become scholars and summoners. And like, oh right, the conjurers become white mages. Pugilist becomes monk, marauder becomes warrior, lancer becomes dragoon, archer, I don't know, and gladiators become paladins. So what I'm going to do is go for, let's go gladiator. You've selected Brynhildr as my starting world. Proceed. And, ooh! XP bonuses are being granted to all the new players created on this world. So, his character name will be Red Scar. Stormwind. Red Scar Scorchwind. There we go. I think that is everything. Let's get started, everybody. Yes, I know. I'm not skipping the intro cutscenes. You alright, lad? You were moaning something fierce for a while there. Feeling the effects of the ether, I reckon. You'll get used to it, though. Don't worry. You there! Halt! What's all this about? Inspection. Mint, search the carriage. I'm just an honest peddler, so don't be too disappointed if you don't find nothing, eh? Mind your tongue, old man, lest I cut it out. Sir, look, Somnus. Honest peddler, was it? Has it? Since when do honest peddlers deal in prohibited herbs? You're in a lot of trouble, old man. You'll rot in a dungeon till the end of your days unless you can afford the fine. Business as usual. Almalja! Amalja! To arms! To arms! Seven hells. Consider this a warning. Now go, all of you. Whew, that kind of excitement ain't good for the heart. You be careful around them brass blades, lad. Bastards with the shirt off your back if they fancy you. Common bandits they are, only less honest. Thank the gods for sending some beastmen to the rescue, eh? Hey, seems we've still got a long ride ahead. You mind keeping me company till we arrive? And the young'uns don't much care for conversation, see? Brent's the name, and peddling's me trade. And judging by your unusual garments, I'll wager you're one of them new adventurers. I knew it! Going wherever the wind blows, seeking fortune and glory. Now that's what I call living. So long as you can avoid dying, I mean. Ain't no secret that adventuring's a risky business, these days especially. What was it that attracted you to it? Well, power sounds a little too evil. A massive fortune sounds greedy, so... Glory, I guess, for the middle ground. Glory, eh? Well, if you're willing to take on them tasks, an adventurer such as yourself can win fame what coin can't buy. When you arrive in town, you'll want to report to the Adventurers Guild. You can find out everything you need to know about the adventure and business in there. Just remember, though, there are more important things than fortune and glory, such as breathing. Ain't no profit in being dead, and that's a fact. By the by, Is this your first trip to Ul'dah? Well, for this version of Red Scar, yes. It is? Well then, let this journeyed itinerant tell you this isn't it. The ins and outs of your destination. Ul'dah is ruled by the Sultana in name, but as most folk know, the Syndicate holds all the real power. Them and their monetary as cronies would happily get rid of her grace altogether, but that won't happen while this. She still commands the loyalty of the Royalists, and the Royalists are nothing if not loyal. These factions have long fought over power, throwing the weight of their wealth against each other, and they show no sign of stopping. Of course, the Lizard Men, that's the Umoja, couldn't care less about Ul'dah politics. They have their own interests, see, and they ain't afraid to use force, or is to serve them. They say war is a gift to peddlers, need, breed, and profit. And though it shames me to say it, I'm inclined to agree. Ah, at long last, behold, Ul'dah, jewel of Thanalan. And where folk turn sand into gold.
Deep in the sun-baked south, surrounded by the shifting sands of an endless desert, she rises, a solitary rose amidst the dust and rock, a symbol of defiance, her name, Ul'dah. Even with the coming of the seventh Umbral era, hope springs eternal for the mongers and merchants who vie for lost fortunes in this bustling oasis. As the twin faces of Nold Thal maintain their vigil over all that has been and shall be, the present proffers a brave soul. One whose arrival could mark the beginning of a new era of prosperity for the realm.
Japanese guy and the goddamn DMs. Then here's where we part ways, lad. I'm off to the market to deliver me wares, then it's on to the high road for me. Here, I want you to have this, by way of thanks for putting up with me prattle. You never did tell me your name though, but hey, here's an idea. Become the sort of storied personage I can care about having met, and I'll consider us square.
May the traders nurture our fortunes as they kindle the flames which burn within us all. For by fire are we reborn.
Welcome everyone to Final Fantasy XIV. Trust me when I say this. This voice is confusing to navigate sometimes. Oi, Venturer! Over here! Oi, I mean you. Fresh off the carriage by any chance, eh? How can I tell? Name's Wyman. My business is knowing every bugger else is. Now then, what if I was to offer you some invaluable advice by way of welcome to our fair city? Free of charge even. Just this once, like. Welcome to Ul'dah, the shining beacon of prosperity rising from the deserts of Thanalan. Please, select the control scheme you wish to use. I'm obviously using a controller. So follow the instructions to move your character and adjust the position of the camera. When you are ready to proceed, speak to Wyman. Slash and a status. So, there we go. Okay, triangles to jump. R1 is to alternate hotbar sets. That's for my basic attack. These two bottom buttons are for the bottom buttons are for fast travel and teleport. Non-player characters or NPCs offering quests can be recognized by the exclamation marks above their heads. To enter the quest window, speak with the NPC by first targeting them, then pressing the confirm button. So, Wyman, what do you got? Coming to Ul'dah. To be recognized as an adventurer in the city-state of Ul'dah, you must register yourself with the Adventurers Guild. It is plain to anyone with eyes that you don't know your way around here. If I let you go wandering off down the nearest dark alley, you're certain to get mugged or worse. And I don't want that on my conscience. So, before you do anything else, you'll want to head over to the Quicksand and speak with Momodi. She is the master of the Adventurers Guild and can set you on the right path. Just take those steps over yonder and pass through the double doors. You'll find her inside. And that's as much as you're getting for free. Good luck with the adventuring, adventurer. You have begun a quest. Use the duty list to help you complete your task. They're basically your quest log of sorts. I'm back. Yeah, sorry about that. Just basically, if you see a cutscene coming, I'm gonna move my face cam out of the way so you get the full view. And above me, up there is where you'll see what our current quest line is like. Well, main quest line is like, or called MSQs, aka main story quest. Along with our job class quest, which are the little orange thing right below, or the red big one that looks like a meteor. Those will point out not only our job quest, but it will also point out our grand company quest, I think. Don't quote me on that. I might be wrong. But above that is our MSQs, main scenario quest. or main story quest, as you like to call it, whichever way it goes, honestly. Now, down here is our hotbar. You have sprint, obviously for sprinting, auto attack, which means you can set that for like auto attacking everything in sight. Right, then you have your return, which is basically for, it's a feature that you get at, like, once you get your crystal in the Crystal Plaza. Along with the teleport, which will allow you to go wherever you want, as long as you've discovered that specific aetheryte shard. Yes, you can even teleport to the big old aetherytes. Aetherytes are your main method of fast travel. And over here we have our attack options. Well, our primary attack options. For the moment. Trust me, there's going to be a lot once you get into the later parts of your game. But for now, let's just head up the steps to the quicksand. Beautiful, ain't she? I don't fucking care about you, you damn Japanese guy. Okay, good. It's not the fucking Japanese guy that wants to be persistent to me all the time. When he's the one putting the spotlight on himself all the damn time. Oh, cutscene. Hello there! Who might you be? If you're looking to join the Adventurers Guild, you've come to the right place. Name's Momodi, and I own this fine establishment if it please you. I also manage the Adventurers Guild here in Ul'dah, so you might say that looking after green adventurers like yourself was my vocation. And looking for you, that is. Without someone like me to steer you right, you'd soon find yourself out in the middle of nowhere, caught up in business you don't understand. Like our conflict with the Amaja, for example. They've been plaguing the Sultanate for forever now. Then there's the Garlean Empire. I can say for sure what they're plotting these days, only that they are. Aye, these people drink and make merry, but underneath it all there's worry and a lingering feeling of loss. And little wonder, it's scarce been 5 years since the Lesser Moon cracked open like a giant egg, releasing an abomination intent on turning the realm into an eighth hell. So much was lost in the blink of an eye. It was like the end of the world had come at last. But then things began to get foggy. Everyone's got their own version of what happened next. Some of them 2 or 3. You'd think people would remember something like that. But the fact is, they don't. Nobody does. There is one thing the survivors agree on, though. The part played by a band of adventurers who laid down their lives for a realm that wasn't their own. They fought valiantly, like so many others. They never returned. Deeds worth remembering, I'm sure you'll agree. It's just a shame that our recollections of those brave heroes are as jumbled as those of the calamity itself. Whenever we try to call their faces to mind, it's like they're standing between us and the midday sun, permanently silhouetted. I'll bet that sounds poetic to you, doesn't it? Well, it's not. It's bloody infuriating. But even if we can remember them, then we'll not let them be forgotten, and so we call them the Warriors of Light. And they'll forever stand as a shining example of what adventurers can achieve. That's why I welcome new arrivals like yourself to our fair city. All I ask is that you will lend a helping hand and try to leave Ul'dah in a better state than you found her. You could promise that I'd be happy to let you join the guild. Alright then, a promise is a promise now. I'm counting on your help to put the past behind us. We need people working and spending and bickering like the old days. And a happy and prosperous Ul'dah means more business for the quicksand too. Anyway, let's make this official. Go ahead and write your name in the register, neat as you can. Swear to God, I am getting real fucking tired. Red Scar Scorchwing. Ew, ain't that a charming name? Just rolls off the tongue, it does. Alright, Mr. Scorchwing, on behalf of the Adventurers Guild, I officially... Please, sir, be merciful. 12 is my witness. I swear to you, I'll bring you your money. In the East, it's said that even a merciful god might be driven to vengeance if thrice blasphemed. Be grateful you are given a fourth chance to offend. You two, attend to this scum. No, please, mercy. Well, ain't that a sorry sight? Nor an uncommon one, if I'm honest. Don't worry, though. You work hard. I doubt you'll end up like him. Just the same, if you ever need a bit of advice about one thing or another, pay me a visit. Just don't go bothering me every time you stub your bloody toe, alright? Of course, I do enjoy hearing tell of a gentleman's woes with the women folk from time to time. Any road, welcome to Ul'dah, Red Scar. Take a moment to catch your breath, and I'll teach you a little bit about our fair city. Complete! You've taken the first step as an adventurer in the city of Ul'dah. Listen well to the wisdom of Modi Modi. Then go forth and discover the incredible adventures that await you. Level up! Trust me, you're gonna see that animation a lot. Also, a bit of a side note, because this is a Final Fantasy game. The beginning is going to be very, very cutscene heavy. Just to let you all know that much. So if you don't see my face in the camera, that's probably why. Like right here. Anyways, I think we better head over. Let's get all these main quests out of the way first. So, Modi, the proprietress of the Quicksand, wants you to perform 3 tasks that will help you learn the fundamentals of adventuring. Oh, cutscene! Before you go charging off to find your fortune, I have a few basic tasks I'd like you to perform so as to help you get to know the place. First of all, I want you to visit the Aetheryte Plaza. To get there, head west from here till you reach Emerald Avenue. Then, look to the north. You should see a giant floating crystal called an Aetheryte. If it weren't for Aetherytes, traveling around Eorzea would be a damn sight more troublesome than it is. Of course, you'll still need to attune to them before you can use them. So be sure to do that with the one in the plaza. You ever attuned with an Aetheryte before, Red Scar? No. Just lay your hand on the thing and you'll see what I mean. When you've done that, I want you to pay a visit to the Gladiators Guild, over at the Colosseum. With someone sorting just for show, you might consider training there. And finally, I want you to visit the Sapphire Avenue Exchange, over on the steps of Thal. Goods from all across Eorzea and beyond turn up there every day. Have no trouble finding armor, weapons, or anything else a fledgling adventurer like yourself might need. You might say that everything's for sale in Ul'dah, as long as you've got the gil. Just make sure as you don't pay more than you ought, Red Scar. There's plenty as won't screw pull to swindle unsuspecting foreigners like yourself, specifically. Especially if they don't think no one's looking out for their best interest. That's why I'm giving you this letter. When you visit the exchange, find a gentleman named Cecilroga and give it to him. He'll be happy to tell you about the markets and once he's read it. In short, then, visit the Aetheryte Plaza, the Gladiators Guild, and the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Simple. Okay, but before you go, a word of advice. While there are more than a few unsavory characters out there who will try to take advantage of you, there are also some with honest-to-goodness problems you should consider offering a helping hand to. A lot of folks are lured to the city by the promise of wealth and power, when many of them fail to realize that instead of chasing the moment they get it, they ought to be making friends. Let it be known that you're willing to give as much as you get, and opportunities will come your way. Speaking of which, you should speak with the smith over yonder. Those lads always have some good advice for up-and-coming adventurers. Otherwise, that's about it for me. It's past time you got going. Oh, and let me know when you're finished, will you? That way I won't spend my days worrying that you're down to your small clothes without a kill to your name. Oh, hello there. Quest accepted. Okay. Okay, what I just demonstrated there was the sprint button. Basically, it does what I've already said before. It allows you to run faster to get to your little destination a little quicker. Not as fast as riding a mount, though, but we'll get to that later. Now, as you can see, there is, well, a very, very busy amount of side quests. That's just around every corner. And, yep, here it is, the Aetheryte. So, walk up to this Aetheryte, interact with it, and attune yourself. The Aetheryte's been attuned. Hail, adventurer! Might you've come at the behest of Miss Momodi of the Quicksand? Excellent! Which just brings us to the matter of the attunement fee. That will be 100,000 gil, if you please, sir. Apologies, but I do so relish the opportunity to make that just. The look on your face was absolutely priceless. Oh, but the fact that you were so easily deceived suggests to me that you are unfamiliar with the use of Aetherites. Allow me to explain. These crystals, these crystalline agglomerations, tap into ethereal energies and are primarily used as a means to travel swiftly from one place to another. Perchance you have heard of return and well, these transportation spells make direct use of the Aetherites and their connections to the flow of ether. Given that there's an Aetherite in almost every corner of Eorzea, any adventurer with a mind to explore the realm will wish to seek out and tune himself to each and every one. But, even if you have no intention of wandering beyond the Sultanate's borders, it would be prudent for you to attune yourself to any Aetherites you encounter from now on. I pray you find that informative should you wish to learn more about Aetherites or transportation magic. I should be happy to answer your questions. Return learned. You attune with the Aetherite. You are now able to use the return spell. Okay, next stop is... let's see here. Okay. Yeah, like I said, this place gets a little tricky. Very, very tricky to navigate. Here we are, the steps of Thal. Now follow the arrow. If you're a gladiator like me, this is where you'll find our good buddies over at the Gladiators Guild. Lulutsu is welcome to the Gladiators Guild, friend. Tell me, are you new to the throes of Mortal Kombat? Well, whether you are or not, you are new to us. If you would take your place in these hallowed halls, you must be willing and ready to undergo the most rigorous training. Okay, Evan, I think consistently each part will be over an hour long, at the least. That way, I think people would be able to, like, you know, enjoy these videos on a lunch break or like a 15-minute break, for example. Or like in chunks, basically. You must be willing and ready to undergo the most rigorous training. You must endure cuts and bruises beyond counting, and like as not far worse. A daunting prospect, I concede, but there is no other way. If you mean to take to the blood sands one day. And why wouldn't you? The Colosseum is only the most celebrated place of public entertainment in all of Ul'dah. Where else could a poor man amass a fortune so vast as to one day allow himself to acclaim a seat on the syndicate? There's not an Ul'dah on alive who isn't inspired by the rise of the self-made man. There is no truer embodiment of this than the gladiator who wins riches and fame with his sword. Throughout its long and storied history, this guild has nurtured countless champions. Our training methods are second to none, and our members ever strive to develop new techniques. Desire true glory to fight and triumph amidst the roar of 10,000 voices, then this is where you belong, adventurer. Think of it. Think of your legacy, and if your soul stirs, join us. Anyways, I think Kevin has made a good point here. I think that's going to do it all for this video of Final Fantasy XIV. I know it's been a little cutscene heavy in the very beginning of the game, but hopefully it'll slow down. So, this is Berserk. So if you enjoyed the content, feel free to like and subscribe. Hit the notification bells to be notified of any future content. So, without further ado, this is signing off. Have a good day. Hey, Mega Flares away, everybody.